Hello lovely people, it's Candy here, looking a little bit frizzy I have to say, but we're going to go with it. Today I want to do a VR to the lovely Juli over at Peekaboorose. I've been watching some of her videos. She's got some lovely VR responses herself, but she's also got her own tag going as well, which I think was about a month ago. And it's about deck and witchy gifting is the tag, which is all about receiving and giving decks in this community that we're in. And I've loved watching her videos and responses to this tag, so I thought I'd jump in and answer the 10 questions that Juli set. So yeah, we're going to do that today. I've got a quiet house. It's a child-free weekend for me, so let's do a bit of filming around the house. Right, question number 1. Do you gift decks or witchy items, and if so, to whom? Well, I have started gifting items, but because we've been in lockdown and we've not really been going anywhere, I've been gifting mainly to my kids. All the kids love me pulling cards for them, and my middle daughter Poppy really wanted some decks of her own, and I'm sure she won't mind. I've borrowed them out of her room just to show you the decks I bought her. So this was one of her birthday decks. It's Karen Kay's The Oracle of Fairies. Oh, I've got to open this up and show you the backs on these. The backs on these are so beautiful. Every time she gets them out, I lust after them. She goes, "Mother, it's my deck." But yeah, this was the first deck that I got her. I just knew that she would love it. She has been a fairy, the best fairy fan that ever has been, as she's growing up and still. So this just seemed really apt. If you can hear my neighbours shouting through the wall. And I'm back. My neighbour's having a very bad day by the sounds of it, which is a shame. So I had to just wait for a moment. So anyway, pop back to Poppy's decks. So that's one of the decks I got her. She is more into oracles than tarot. So I also got this Colette Baron Reid Spirit of the Animals Oracle, which again is just a really lovely, lovely deck. Here are the backs. So this was kind of our lockdown fun. We were very stuck inside the house. I mean, everybody was really, but we were shielding with Tilly, and I had like emergency food deliveries coming in because there was only me here as the only adult in the house, and we really didn't go out anywhere right from the start of March. So it was a difficult time. So I treated her to these extra oracles after her birthday, just because she was interested, and they were so good, my kids, during lockdown, because it was tricky here with no support, and they were really good. They were a good little team. So that's another deck that I got her. This one is another one that she knows that Mom's got her eyes on. This is lovely. The Divine Animals Oracle. Oh dear, my neighbour's shouting again. Let's see if we can... I'll have to pause if it gets too loud again. So those are the backs. And they, again, are just lovely animal energy cards. So that's another deck that I gifted her. I know really this isn't about showing decks, but we like to look at cards, don't we? And it kind of fits in with the question. So I'm grabbing the chance to show cards. So that's the Divine Animals Oracle, which is by Stacey DeMarco, which is one I absolutely love. And then the last deck that she's got is Lucy Cavendish, Oracle of the Shapeshifters, with artwork by Jasmine Beckett Griffith. And these are like the big-eyed people. Those are the backs. And these decks as well are lovely. I think with this artwork, you either absolutely adore it or it's not for you. There's no middle ground really with these. We love them in this house. And this is another deck that Mom's lusting after. Look at that, so beautiful. So those are the 4 decks that I have gifted my daughter. She's also got a little altar set up in her bedroom, and we went shopping and we buy like crystal jewellery like this one. She's got a matching one. She's got a little collection of crystals in her room as well. And also my lad Busby, he likes crystals. Sometimes Busby has trouble sleeping at night. He's very, very, very creative, very arty. He's only 10. And I think with that active imagination, bedtime and sleep time can often be tricky. So he's got a set of crystals by his bed that I keep collecting for him. And they're kind of like protective element crystals, just to just so he knows he's got a little space next to his bed with a little bit of protection, and he loves them. He loves his little set of crystals. So those are my kids. Tilly as well. Tilly's beginning to look at cards as well, so we might have to think about starting a collection with Tilly. And for card readings as well, I've started offering for free some card readings. One of my best friends, Cheryl, she gets card readings. I've done a couple on via my phone for people. It's just giving me practice at reading for other people, and I have loved it. So I'm gifting readings at the minute as well while I'm learning, which has been great. So that's what I gift. Question number 2 is, are you gifted many decks or witchy items? Are they usually successful? Well, I've never been gifted a deck. I know people say you should never buy your own first deck, but I did. But there was something wonderful that happened. It's my birthday coming up. I won't give any names because I haven't checked with the lady if it's okay to talk about, so I won't give names out. But it's my birthday coming up in November, at the end of November, and I'd been looking at some indie decks. Now, all of my my deck collection so far has just been mass market, apart from this one which I got gifted by Christoph, which is another gift. I won this in a little competition-y set, so this is kind of like a gift as well from the lovely Christoph. But also I was looking at indie decks thinking, I really, really would like an indie deck. There was one in particular, the Luminous Void Tarot. I think I've got that right. I keep saying the wrong name for it. I'm sure I've got it right. Anyway, the Luminous Void Tarot, the watercolour one with the oval shape. And I love it so much. And I looked at walkthroughs, I keep watching videos of people using it, and I just finally thought, if I don't grab that deck and it goes out of print, I'll never forgive myself, because I love it so much. So I saved, and I put in an order to Little Red Tarot, because I'm UK based and so are they, and I ordered it to put away for my birthday. So the box came, I took a photograph of the box. I haven't opened it. It's been put away for my birthday at the end of November, and I just put the photograph of the package with the stamp from Little Red Tarot onto the lovely Lisa at Supportive Tarot, onto her Facebook group page, going, oh my goodness, look what's arrived. I'm putting this away now till November. For which there were loads of comments underneath saying, you'll never do it, you won't have the willpower. And then somebody about 10 comments down said, why don't you just open it now? Why on earth are you waiting until November? To which I replied, well, you know, it's just me here with the kids. I've got no family. You know, it's quite an... I'm quite a hermit anyway. I am... I've had a weird few years, so my circle of friends is very limited really, like just one or two. And also as a special needs mum, you're getting out and about and developing a big circle of friends. It's hard to do. So when it comes to birthdays and Christmases, it's just really me, buying for me. So I put a reply to the question, she said, why don't you open it right now? Why wait till November? And I said, well, you know, it's just me. I'm a single mom. And if I don't get a present for myself to open, then I won't wake up to anything. So, and I can't afford to open it and buy something else. So the conversation carried on and carried on. And then a completely different person came into my inbox on Facebook from Lisa's group. So Lisa, this is somebody in your community, an American lady who said, you know, I know I'm a complete stranger and you don't know me at all, but I was a single mom for years. I absolutely get that the only present you're waking up to is the one that you bought yourself. And I know how that feels, and I did it for over a decade, and I want to treat you. And she sent me a box. It's come with two different things now. I don't know what they are. My kids grabbed the box off me to hide. My middle daughter Poppy cried. She said, I can't believe that somebody's done that, and I'm going to cry now too, because it was just the nicest thing ever. For somebody to do that, I just couldn't believe it. It blew me away. That's why I'm crying, oh dear. So I said to her, my gosh, you've got me crying into the veg here. I'm cooking dinner and I'm crying into the veg, and she'll see I'm crying again. So that was absolutely amazing. So that's the first time I've had that happen in the community, and I was completely blown away and still am. So Lisa, that is how beautiful your community is, that you're building. So it was just wonderful. Also, I have a local shop here, which is just down the road from me, that sells like witchy things and the odd tarot deck and lovely stuff for the house. And the guy who runs it, he's so lovely, and we met in extraordinary circumstances, which would be a video all in itself, which I'll have to say another day, the story of us meeting. But he's wonderful. He often, all through lockdown, he kept arriving on the driveway with bath bombs for Tilly, because he knows she loves bath bombs, and smellies, and blowing me kisses through the window because he knew I couldn't get out. He's just so lovely. And he has, I mean, I do order things from the shop, but he always throws in a gift. And I'm going to take my phone down off the stand, and I'm going to show you some of the things that I've been gifted from my local metaphysical shop. So you can see my dogs are wondering who the hell I'm talking to, and why I'm wandering around the lounge with my camera out. Right, I wanted to show you my Bridget altar, which is in the lounge, because this has got stuff that I buy from my local metaphysical shop on. So there's the crystal trees I get from there. I get most of my crystals from there. There's this beautiful Gaia goddess sculpture, which I adore. But Joe, who runs the shop, he's so lovely. He always throws in like a box of smellies or a bath bomb for Tilly. He's just really lovely. And then the last order I bought from him, he gave me this beautiful wall hanging. Isn't that just lovely? It's covered in sequins, so it sparkles at night if I light the candles. And I just love it. So this is like a local friend with a local shop who gives me things. And over this side of the lounge, you can see my bookcase has got my animal altar on. There's my animal altar. There are lots of shells. I have a caravan in Aberystwyth in Wales, right by the ocean. And I collect a lot of shells from there. So nature gives me so many wondrous gifts. I have collections of stones, I've got sea glass at the caravan, a whole collection of sea glass. A lot of these stones to me are so precious. I mean, look at this one. It's like a broken heart stone. Look at the texture on that. I just love it. There are tiny little stones in here with little grey hearts on. Really, really precious. So nature's gifts are really important to me. These stones, every so often when we want to do rock painting, which me and all the kids love, we always seem to find the right shaped stones in the garden. So there's Tilly's stones, my stones and Busby's stones. Poppy's got her own stones in her bedroom. Feathers, I try and collect feathers on every walk I go on as well. So gifts from nature, really, really important to me. And I suppose crystals are gifts from nature too. So these are crystals that I bought at the local metaphysical shop, which I adore. I just think they're marvellous in your practice to have things to link you back to nature. So yeah, gifts from nature, really important. I collect leaves and plants. Oh, and this octopus as well. This octopus was a gift from my best friend Cheryl. She knows that octopus energy has been really important to me. And this whole candelabra I found for pennies from a charity shop. As I did these swans last week, I had to go uptown to get my daughter some new school uniform, and we stopped off at the little charity shop uptown, and these were in the charity shop for just a couple of pounds, so I just couldn't leave them there for a couple of pounds, even though I am on depth year. So all I need to do now is get some crows for my altar, and I've got all my key animal energy is on there. Oh, and look, little baby Tilly. Anyway, I digress. Little baby Tilly, she's so gorgeous. And then round here, you can see this is my little tarot desk in the lounge where I often set up for filming. But I wanted to show you the stones that I've got on here. These stones are really, really so energy packed. Again, they're stones that I found on the beach in Wales. That one in particular is the most magical thing I've ever felt. I just love it. More stones again by my tarot decks. More stones up here. Oh, and my shell. If you haven't seen my shell video, I'm going to link it down below. This was a gift from the universe, from God, from the goddess, a higher energy source, whatever name you want to give that higher energy source. This shell was a gift to me in quite a traumatic time. It's got quite an interesting story with it. So if you haven't seen my shell story, I will link the video down below. But you can see there's gifts from nature everywhere in my practice. And here, this unit here, that with the mirror on the front, this has been a gift from my daughter Poppy. Recently, she had a little mini room makeover. She's getting older now, she's a teenager, and she wanted a bit more space in her room. So we got rid of some furniture. And this unit was a piece that I'd made for her a few years ago. It was originally a £5 CD unit from a charity shop and an old mirror that I'd found, which I turned into a door on the front of it. And I painted it and added a load of fairy postcards, and I put mixed media on it. I added hooks, and she had it as a giant jewellery box. The hooks were for her necklaces. There are hooks on the outside as well that she used to hang necklaces and tiaras and all sorts on. But she wasn't using it. She doesn't really wear much jewellery, so she said would I store it somewhere for her? And then she said I could use it for my tarot decks. So it's just perfect. It's a lovely little unit to hang bags on. And so that was a recent gift. And it's made me think of furniture. I think I'm going to take you upstairs and show you some more gifts of furniture that have really helped. Okay, we're by the front door now, and this unit has got a story all in its own right again. It would be another video. It's got a quite an interesting story, but you can see this this unit has got stones and feathers. Again, gifts from nature, really important to me. you can see this stone I got from the very top of Scarfell Pike when I walked it in 2016. So a lot of them hold memory as well. Just really special. It all sits on top of a doll's house that I made for my daughter, which I keep posting. You see posts poking out there. I keep their school bags and school shoes by the door in it. It's just a really handy, unusual cupboard now, but it's got all gifts from nature sitting on the top of it. And if we come upstairs into my bedroom, you can see I've got my main altar up here. It's all set up for Mabon at the moment. But both these two pieces of furniture that it's made from were both gifts. This bottom unit here was given to me by an ex-boyfriend. His dog had chewed it in the corner there, you can see. And he knows I like messing around with upcycling and asked if I could use it. So I said yes. And it's really well made, really sturdy. But this unit here, this unusual sort of open cupboard unit, was also gifted to me. A friend of mine was moving house and she was really up against it with time. So I offered to give her a hand and to take all the things to the tip that she couldn't take and couldn't leave. Stuff that she couldn't get rid of or send to the charity shop. And in amongst some of the stuff that she was wanting to take to the tip was this unit. And she said, yeah, help yourself to anything you want. So these are two gifted pieces of furniture that I've joined together to make a kind of dresser unit that is actually my main altar space now. And it's furniture that I couldn't have afforded a little unit like this. So the very fact I've been gifted this furniture means that I've now got an altar space, which is just really magical. And again, you can see more stones, honestly, and more crystals from my local shop. There's a dancing woman stone and another stone with a circle on, all from the beach in Wales. There are things from the woods. These beautiful grasses had broken off on the path in the woods this week. I grew the wheat as well in the garden. All gifts from nature, all from a Mabon altar. The stick here is from the woods as well. I am often... There's Luna on the bed, wondering if I'm about to throw her off. Yeah, look, she's wondering if she's being naughty. And this is a new space that I've got. This is a new tarot space that I've set up in my room. The table, again, was one that was destined for the tip from my friend who was moving. And it has been for a while in Busby's bedroom as his Lego building table, but he's got a new desk in there now, so this was surplus to requirements. So I've made a space in my bedroom. You've seen where my tarot desk is downstairs in the lounge, and you can imagine with 3 kids and the TV in there and the Xbox set up in there, it's often really noisy. And if I want to do any videoing or any quiet study in the day, it's often a no-go. So I thought if I set up a little quiet space somewhere, if I did get a bit of free time in the day, then I'd got somewhere that I could come and film or do some journaling. So it's been really lovely to set that up. Oh, and look up there, that's my other little octopus, another gift from Cheryl who brought me the octopus downstairs. So animal energy, yeah, more gifts. So there's my bedroom setup. And again, those sacred spaces are only there because people have been kind enough to gift me furniture, and I love upcycling. And before I leave the bedroom, I want to show you my little secret stash down here, although the dog is about to jump on my head trying to show you it. But one of the questions was, if you buy yourself witchy items or decks, do you call them gifts? Yeah, look, I told you she was about to jump on my head. Now, normally I wouldn't call them gifts, but with Christmas around the corner and with my birthday coming up, at the moment, I am calling them gifts. That box I've just pointed to is the little red tarot box. There's some planners as well that I've bought that I'm going to wrap up for myself for my birthday. The big Amazon box on the right is from that lovely lady from America. So those are Christmas and birthday presents to myself. And also, I'm on depth year at the minute. I've started a depth year. So I'm having to call everything a gift that I buy myself at the moment, because otherwise I can't get it. So to be honest, it's a bit of a cop-out at the moment. I'm calling everything a gift, aren't I, dog? And I'm back, and the dog just jumped all over my head. She was just engrossed as to why I was crawling on the bedroom floor, so... and who I was talking to whilst crawling on the bedroom floor. She has no idea of the life of a YouTuber, honestly. Okay, where are we up to? Question number 5. Question number 4 we've got to. Do you consider used decks and witchy items to be acceptable gifts? Yeah. I prefer used items. I prefer second hands. I prefer treasures. I prefer finding things in nature. Yeah, if I can find something used or upcycled or recycled, I love it. It's got life in it. It's got memory in it. I love it. So yeah, definitely. And if I can find something loved and pass it on to friends as well, I like that too. Question 5. If you could receive a gift card for any tarot witchy website, which would you choose? For tarot, it would have to be Little Red Tarot, because they're UK based, so you don't have all the silly import charges that we get charged here. I once ordered a sweatshirt to support a charity that I used to raise funds for from America, and I think the sweatshirt was like £16, and they charged me £24 import tax on it. And I vowed I would never order anything from overseas again after that. So Little Red Tarot is great because it's in the UK, so that's brilliant. Or my local shop, because it's really nice to support them, and they're all absolutely wonderful there. Question number 6. Gift wrapping, gift bag, or bear presentation? Bear presentation is a bit of a trigger, because when I was married, my ex would... for a start, he wouldn't buy me anything, and secondly, the stuff that I used to buy myself from a charity shop just to get handed so the kids wouldn't get upset, he would just hand it to me in the same carrier bag that I'd given it to him to start with. So bear presentation for me triggers that feeling of nobody giving a damn, but anything really. I prefer natural packaging. If you can recycle paper, that's amazing. You know, it wouldn't need to be all bows or shiny or new. Just something that's got a little bit of care in. So even if it was like recycled paper, something natural, I would love that. So anything just with care, doesn't need to be expensive. Can you communicate to others when a deck or witchy item is a lend and not a gift? Oh, this one surprised me, because I wouldn't dream of lending out my witchy items or my decks. I'm really funny about other people touching my decks. Like a couple of card readings that I've done for a friend, I know that she gets tarot readings from other people, and they let her shuffle the deck first to put her energy into it. And when she went to take the deck off me to say, well, I need to shuffle it to put my energy in, I recoiled. It was like, no, you don't touch the deck. I'll put the energy in. So I'm one of those people that, don't touch my tarot decks. Just don't. So I wouldn't dream of lending them out. I prefer to gift you your own. So that would never come into play for me. Have you ever given someone a tarot or a witchy ebook? No, I love real books. I'm not an ebook person. I just can't get on with them. Something about the physical feel of a real book in your hands. And I also read with a pen. Even fiction, I automatically pick up a pen to read, and I highlight things. With fiction, I highlight turns of phrases that I love, or sentences that are just gorgeous. I like reading text that's like poetic texts, and I use that as a jumping off point for my artwork. So if I've read a sentence and I think, oh, that was beautiful, that sentence, I'll often underline it, and in the margin I'll put a T with a circle around it, which means that there's an idea for a title for an art piece. So yeah, it needs, I know you can do that on a Kindle, you can kind of highlight, but it's not the same. Right, question number 9. Name 5 decks or witchy gifts that you'd love to receive. I'd love the numinous tarot. I think that's so colourful and gorgeous. The Murder of Crows. I've got the Crow Tarot. Oh, and there's a oracle about to come out as well that goes with that. So can I put the crow ones as one thing? So the Crow Oracle to go with this, and then the Murder of Crows. I haven't really got a dark deck, so that really appeals. Christoph James kindly gifted me this one, but he's also got a Kickstarter just opened. He's also got an oracle that goes with this. So I'm going to have some more Christoph James stuff in this answer. So the Raincoast Oracle, I think it's the Raincoast Dream Oracle as well, is the one that he's just got out. They both look fantastic. The Wild Unknown, I have the deck, which I love, but I haven't got the Archetypes card or the Animal Spirit Oracle, all by Kim Kranz, and I'd like both of those. I do have these Caroline Mice archetype cards, which, oh my gosh, these have got some magic in them. These have got some serious power in them. Sometimes I do a reading for somebody from my past who often jumps into my mind. And for him, every single time out of that, all of those cards, it's like an 80 card deck. I pull the same card every time. Pull the Vampire every time. It's like this deck is going, will you just remember? Will you just remember? So I do love these archetype cards, and it's that stopped me from getting the Kim Kranz archetype cards. But I just think they'd all work so lovely together. And Jen over at Science to Soul Tarot, she was going, have you got those 2 decks? I know you're on deck here, but... So yeah, she made me take another look, so they've gone on my wish list. Yeah, I think there was possibly more than 5 there. There's always more than 5, isn't there? And then question number 10 is tag people. So you're all tagged. You're all tagged to join in with Julie's tag over at Peekaboorose. So that's it, guys. That's my witchy deck and witchy gifting video. So nature's a big part. Upcycling is a big part of it. Secondhand joy, treasure hunting, and all the things we love. And also tears for the amazing kindness of people who have never met you, don't know you at all, but can empathise with your situation and just send you a gift out of the blue. Totally blown away, seriously and totally blown away. She knows, because she knows I've texted a few times in tears. So yeah, the power of gifting, it just shows other people that you care and that they count and that they're seen, which I think in 2020 we all need a lot of that, don't we? It's so tricky for a lot of us, well, for all of us. We all have our own cross to bear in 2020. They're different for different people, but we've all got them. Yeah, so thank you, Julie, for this lovely tag. I am loving your channel. You're such a shining star. It's a joy to watch you. And so guys, I'm going to do some links down below. I'm going to put my shell video in there if you wanted to hear the story behind the shell. I'm going to put Julie's video in there. I'm going to see what other videos I can link, and so you can all go and have a look as well if you haven't seen it already. So bye guys, and I will see you again next time. Bye.